looking at how how it impacted, how that song, seeing the before and seeing the after, it did open up a lot of doors worldwide. It opened up a movement of American artists collaborating with Latin artists in Spanish without
Yeah.
having to change, their language. After that, I collaborated with Demi Lovato in Échame la Culpa, which was a huge hit. And then we saw, artists like Beyonce singing Spanish with Balvin. We saw Drake singing Spanish with Bad Bunny. I love sertanejo. I love Paula Fernandez. I love Yvette Sangalo. Working with Anita was awesome. She's great. Her energy is so infectious. She's just
Yeah.
so, she's very sexy and she's very fun and she's very funny. Really excited about Perfecta with Farruko. It's a special song. You mentioned that it's a little bit more pop. I think it's a little bit of everything. I think Perfecta is just it travels through different sort of worlds. It starts out almost like a ballad, and then it goes a little bit more of an urban, like a soft sort of urban beat. Then it gets a little bit more up tempo, and then it gets a little bit more reggae. It's just a feel good song, It's and that's what we wanted to create, a feel good song with a feel good lyric, talking about sort of elevating and celebrating the beauty of of women,
Yeah.
and really using the word perfecta, but in the sense that everybody's perfect in their own way. You don't have to be
Yeah.
literally perfect to be perfect, I guess. And that's kind of the message behind the song. It has been productive. I have made the best out of a strange sort of dark situation. I've tried to make the best out of it, to spend time with my family, to write a lot of songs, to work on a new album, to record, to just really slow down the pace
Yeah.
of life, which was going really, really fast. So on that sense, it has been nice. However, I miss I miss traveling. I miss going to Brazil. I miss traveling the world,
Yeah.
going to Europe, going to my home island of Puerto Rico. I miss the contact of people. I miss hugging people. So
Yeah.
one day at a time. I agree that if you were to ask me this question 20 years ago, I would have probably thought the same thing, that we would have to sing in English to get get any kind of support. I think a lot of it has to do um, with technology, with social media, with the music platforms, that for maybe a song in Spanish, radio programmers would not program the song, for thinking that the listeners weren't going to like it, we're going to
Mm.
connect to it. Now, with what has happened, is that what's all these big music platforms, um, people just look for the song and they find what they like and they choose it, and it almost forces radio programmers to change up their programming. So I think that is a beautiful thing. I think just the world is changing. We're evolving. We're coming together. It's becoming a smaller place again, due to technology, due to the internet. And I hope that Latin music even becomes bigger than it is.
Yeah.
It's obviously it's something that's really exciting. These barriers are still there. They have, a lot of doors have obviously opened. A lot of doors have opened. So I celebrate that. But there are a lot of people that will always build build their own barrier around them, in the sense that, you know what I mean, like no, we can't listen to music in a language that we don't speak, you know?
Yeah.
And some, you know, sometimes you have to just understand people, you know, for some people culturally, if they hear a song in Portuguese or in Spanish or in French, they don't connect to it. And that's fine. You know, that's their personal taste. I have to respect that. You know, I grew up listening to music in Spanish and in English, you know,
Yeah.
and now I love listening to sertanejo. Obviously Portuguese, you know, I can almost understand it, but even other languages that I don't understand, I just love I love some artists, you know, and it's just like, wow, this is really cool. And I don't really understand what
Yeah.
they're saying, but it moves me, and that's what music
Yeah.
does. You know, I can't take full credit for where Latin music is. I will never take full credit, and I'm not one of those people that will point the finger at myself and thanks to me, you know, that's
Yeah.
not me. That's not who I am. But looking at how how it impacted, how that song, seeing the before and seeing the after, it did open up a lot of doors worldwide. You know, it opened up a movement of American artists collaborating with Latin artists in Spanish without
Yeah.
having to change, you know, their language. After that, I collaborated with Demi Lovato in Échame la Culpa, which was a huge hit. And then we saw, you know, artists like Beyonce sing in Spanish with Balvin. We saw Drake sing in Spanish with Bad Bunny. We saw, you know, a few of those, which I think is amazing. So I'm just happy. I'm happy I was part of history. I'm happy I was part of something really
Yeah.
special. Grateful, thankful, blessed. No, nobody knew really the magnitude of it. We knew that it was special, but nobody really had the crystal ball to know
Yeah.
the magnitude of the original version and the remix version with Justin Bieber. You know, it was like two songs in one. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Has it changed my life? Yes and no. Of course, it's changed the fact that I've been able to travel to countries where I've never been. I don't know if I would have visited Brazil if it wasn't for Despacito. So that in itself just shows that yes, there was a big change. You know,
Yeah.
singing in places like Russia, like, you know, like China, you know, Australia. All these really far away places where Latin
Yeah.
music barely gets played. But then again, it doesn't, because, you know, I've been doing this for quite a long time. So that's the part that doesn't change. My personal view of music and of my work. You know, I'm still focused. I'm still the same person. I still get up in the morning and thank God every day that I can do what I love to do, and I'm constantly out there searching for the next idea. I've already collaborated with a really cool duo that I'm not allowed to say yet because it's not out yet, but
Oh my God.
there's something in the pipeline. Really really great duo from Brazil. Um, but you'll hear that soon. You'll hear that very soon.
Oh.
I love the culture, the language, the traditions, the music, the sonor, just the way things sound in Portuguese, and the flavor. I love Paula Fernandez. I love Yvette Sangalo. You know, working with Anita was awesome. She's great. Her energy is so infectious. You know, she's just so, you know, she's very sexy and she's very fun and she's very funny. And she puts personality into everything she does. So she's a great friend. I want that passion and that fire and those nerves. I want them to stay with me forever. I don't ever want to lose that passion and that respect for the stage and the nervous feeling that I get when I'm about to release a new song. I want that to last a long time. I want to be 50 years old and still want to go out and go on tour for 5, 6, 7 months in a row. The day I lose that passion, then that's the day I'll say, you know what, I'm going to take a break. But I'm still young. I still have so much to do and so many songs to write. And I really feel that, you know, that I'm in a really comfortable place, and these new material that I'm working on is really exciting. So there's still a lot of work to do.